When you want to make a +1 scepter, you use a Quartz Sceptre, and the reason you do this is because it has the highest implicit elemental damage, which is 20%, and you can use it from level 15, which is a good place when you are leveling. So what you do is, if you have the currency for it, if you cannot find a Quartz Scepter with 3 sockets on it, you do the following. You quality it up to 20 quality, then you use Duelist Orbs until you get 3 sockets, and then you use Fusings until you get it all linked together. This might take a few fusings, I just used 5, but doing this is quite nice. So what you want to do now is you want to have a red gem and an iron ring, or you want to have a ruby ring. If you find a ruby ring, then these two you do not need. But if we assume that we didn't find a ruby ring, you can buy a skill gem from a vendor, and you can buy an iron ring from Nessa in Act 1. If you trade these to any vendor, you get a ruby ring back. So now the next step is to make the Quartz Sceptre magical. You do this by adding a transmutation orb to it. So now it's magical. Now what you want to do is you want to vendor the scepter, the ruby ring, and 1 orb of alteration. This will give you a +1 scepter, and it will not change the quality or the links or the amount of sockets the weapon has. But doing this will give you a +1 scepter to fire gems. If you did it with a topaz ring, you would get a +1 scepter to lightning gems, and if you did it with a sapphire ring, you would get a +1 to cold. So now we have a +1 scepter to fire gems. The last step is to use an augmentation on the scepter and hope we get lucky. So let's cross our fingers. 20 strength is probably not what you're looking for. Anyways, you can use the scepter for leveling. It's very powerful. I highly recommend it, and the colors on the scepter might not be so good, but then you can use some chromatics. That is all.